Doggies are a team you don't want to muck around with. A reminder from the Doggies to the league, letting everyone know, hey, we're a dangerous team not to be messed with. A reminder from the Bont, I might be the best player in the comp still, just so you know. Oh, a reminder from Sam Darcy, he's probably the next best player in the comp. A reminder from Richmond, they still stink. But they're not Carlton, so that's a win. It's okay to stink and not be Carlton.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. Let me stop. Again. Overreaction Mondays. You bet your ass we're going to overreact today. Coming off just the worst weekend of potentially my whole entire life. We are going through some things here on this side of the table. We are going to unpack everything. You're all here because you're a bunch of sickos. I know what you want, and you're definitely going to get it today. You're going to get what you came for. Ollie, weekend check-in. You look like you had a great time. Full stadium.
What a loss. I had a ball.
I've never seen, again, someone just celebrate so much after a loss, before, during, and after a game. So you had a great weekend.
First Saints game as a punter that I've been to this year. Just had a lot of away games and then a lot of just home games here in Melbourne, obviously. So made the most of it.
Yeah.
Still recovering, if I had to be totally honest.
You and the whole Viking crew were down there? All the Warrigal locals?
Yep, sat with them. Rooms afterwards. A little bit of anxiety the next morning about being in there, if I had to be totally honest.
We'll get through it all once we get to the Collingwood and Saints game.
Yeah.
But just off the back of the weekend that I guess a lot of us Carlton fans have had, that's going to be the storyline this week. You know, how Carlton fans are going. I want to put this out there. Is it okay to leave your current team that you support and go for another team? Like, is that play on? Because I personally, look, I would never... But I've had a lot of people ask me to come to the dark side, like for Collingwood, or explore my supporting sexuality.
Are you fluid, or are you pretty straight?
I'm pretty straight with it.
Okay.
But is it okay, just for people who are thinking, especially Carlton fans, is it okay for them to maybe pick another team?
Well, I think we've decided, I believe last year we might have spoken about definitely okay to have a finals team. Definitely fine to do that. But I think in round 15... you'd be pulling the trigger pretty early.
Yeah.
I think that's considered pretty low form.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think in your lifetime, again, you are born into your team really most of the time.
Yes.
So in saying that, you should have an option too, if you really want to, move out of your team. If you didn't pick it, if it was picked for you. So I get that there are people out there who have probably changed teams in their lifetime. Yes. I don't really get it. Like people say, oh, I was a Sydney fan, now go for Fremantle, and you go, why? Oh, it's because I moved to Perth, or, my husband and my wife went for them, so I went for them. I think that if you do change teams, you're weak. Like, you got to sit in it. So everyone who is trying to explore their team sexuality, stay straight with it.
Yep.
Okay, keep it stiff.
Lock in. Keep it
stiff. Let's just stay there. But I get why people are looking around at other teams going, geez, I'd love to go for them. Especially after the weekend that we had.
Yeah.
So it's been a rough weekend. We're going to get into it. I've had the worst time ever. And boy, I actually can't get my phone at the moment. Every time I open it, there's a new message, and not just one. Like in the requests, there is, boy, I've been sent some memes flat out about Carlton, which I get is very exciting for everyone. But we will go through it all. Game 7, NBA's on right now.
Yes, I'll keep it. Keep
us updated. So a lot going on there. Did see that the OKC Thunder had the championship buses ready to go. They also in Game 6 in Indy had the confetti cannons ready to go. They did a full dress rehearsal, and Indy were like, obviously, no way you're doing this in our home stadium. So now it's on right now. Thinking OKC probably get up. I'm not sure.
They're only 2 points ahead.
Indy got dogs in them.
Oh, massively. To push it to Game 7.
Yeah, so I want Indy to win it.
Yeah.
So keep us above or all over that as well. So I have not watched it because I had small market teams. For a casual, it's hard to get into.
I tell you what, we were so close to getting Knicks Timberwolves. Would have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
That would have been a generational series.
It would have been great.
So this was probably the worst of the possibilities.
Yeah, it would have been great. So that's going right now. Also, did you see that umpire that we covered during the week on socials had the tampon on his nose?
Yes.
So one of the more bizarre things we've ever seen, and the VFL umpire was running around the ground, and he must have just got a blood, as you do. Sometimes you just get a bloody nose. It comes on. And the umpires, they call a bit of criticism, but this guy decided, you know what? There's two things I can do here. I could either leave and go off the ground with a blood rule, or if anyone has something to soak it up, I'll just whack that in there. Someone has a tampon, he's put it in, or he's bought his own tampon because it's happened before. I don't know what's worse.
Well, to move straight out of She's the Man, if you've seen that film, Channing Tatum and Amanda Bynes,
Okay.
started from there.
Yeah. I mean, just tucking a tampon in your nose is probably... I mean, it's not illegal. It's not illegal. It's frowned upon for sure.
Oh, I don't mind. It's...
There's no need
You're
to ever
still
have a
using
tampon in
it.
your nose.
But you're still using it for its
The
desired
same
purpose.
yeah, I mean,
Like,
it's doing the same thing. It is soaking blood up.
from somewhere, you know.
Yeah, it's just he had a tampon. Now I don't know if the string was out, if he undid the string. I don't know
Ready to go.
I'm not really familiar with tampons. If you have to undo the string, I'm sure our female community don't want to talk about this.
Think about it. Just have a moment.
What?
So there's a chance you think that the string is attached to it.
No, I think
So when it's time to pull it out, you haven't. It's not dangling out, so you have to get it, take it off, and then pull it out.
No.
Of course it's dangling there.
no, but I'm saying when you take it out of the wrapper, is it something you have to like? Is it stuck to the side, or you have to undo it from the side bit and then it dangles it? What the fuck is
I
going
don't know,
on here?
Actually.
Whoa, we're entering tampon territories right now. I was going to say shout out to everyone who is wearing tampons
Oh
right
yeah,
now. but
big time shout out on this Monday.
if you're going through it, look,
Yep.
we get it. The umpires get it as well. Well done.
We're there.
Well done to everyone who's on their period.
Yep.
Keep going through it. Whoa, the lawyer's going to hate that one. That's fine. As we said, so big weekend of football. I'm very upset. I'm now locked out of my computer. Fuck me. Hold on.
When it rains, it pours. Hey.
It actually does. We spoke about Freo having the worst song of all time.
Yep.
And very much was the worst gusto performance we've heard probably throughout the season so far. Apparently they had a song that they had, like the Eagles had, a poll on songs they could pick during, maybe like 10 years ago. I might be wrong altogether here, but they put a poll out and Eskimo Joe made it. And this song, I think, would have been a lot better just for vibes-wise and oomph after a win. So here it is. Guitar. Yeah, this is a poll. They could have picked this as their song.
From the sea to the shore, hear the roaring. We will fight for the pride and the glory. Free-o, 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 free-o. In the purple and the white, we will always win the fight. We are doctors, we are making history. And as the cup goes up, hear the shouting. Free-o.
Okay, I changed my mind. I fucking hate that song.
It's more of a footy song.
It's very pop, like, top 40 songs.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it's poppy.
I tell you what, though, there's gusto in that, but the Freo boys, you run the risk of them just singing Freo, Freo, Freo.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
they're not going to do the free,
True. Yeah, they need to work that song out because that's got no gusto in it at all, and it does my head in every time they sing it. They want to fly through it.
What is it with Perth? Because you can't land on a song.
Perth have the worst songs. They have the
weird,
worst songs in the whole league, both teams, which is great to be top 2 for something. It's just worse songs. Bit of news here. This hit deep. Real deep footy fans. Jeremy McGovern, heart and spine of West Coast defense, officially hangs the boots up at 33. Have a career.
Yeah.
Have a career, Gov. 197 games, 5-time All-Australian Premiership player. Knocked out in round 8. Couldn't get back. That's sad.
Yeah.
I think he's the 9th player in the last year and a bit to be medically retired. So we hope he gets right and he can get his life back. Obviously, life is way more important than football, but that's sad to see his career go out like that. And what a player. Back in the day, genuine stud, intercept defender, just a brick wall down there. Grand final, that mark, iconic mark, then kicks up the wing and ground. You know what happened at the end of that, which was awesome. So sad to see him go out.
Yeah,
Well-
I like the way he spoke in his interview. Really good reminder for anyone out there that's playing, just to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You might only get to play one, even if you get to play one game.
Just
Like,
love
what
it.
a cool thing to do.
Just lap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, lap it up. So, shout out to him. I don't know what he's going to do next. I'm not sure if he'll hang around the club still. He's still
Yeah.
gets paid. Still going to get paid. I think it's 90% of his salary. So, yeah. So, he'll get that. And hopefully he hangs around the club because they need him. They actually do need him to hang around just to give
Yes.
some advice to the young kids about how to actually defend maybe a little bit on that. So, all right. Also, this is back. State of Origin.
Yes.
This is big. So a lot of people are arguing, do we want it back? Do we like it? Do we not? They're going to bring it back. The AFL said finally, you know what, we're going to grow a pair of nuts.
Yes.
We're going to bring it back. Officially announced a full-blown State of Origin reboot for next year. Feb next year, we're hearing Vic v WA. Now, WA will get the absolute brakes beat off them, for sure. Anyone coming up against Vic is in trouble. But glad to see it back in Feb so everyone can actually play. 50K, I think they get each.
Yeah, right.
Big incentive to
Yeah,
play in
you
it.
definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
Big incentive. So I am very much looking forward to seeing State of Origin coming back. I want them. Don't take it seriously though.
Yes.
Don't.
It's got to mean something.
The All Stars game we had against Freo, it was very bruise free. I want it back to the old era of football where they beat the shit out of each other. Like I want people to hate each other.
Well, when we look at the actual State of Origin, the New South Wales and Queensland, they hate each other.
Hate each
man.
other. Yeah. Yeah, hate each other.
Imagine how good that would be in the AFL. It'd be great.
It'd be great, especially like Vic SA.
Yeah.
Beating the shit out of each other. Like the genuine hate there. I want people missing season.
Yeah.
Because of how much like they get suspended and throw an elbow. So I'm glad that's coming back. Someone who probably will get suspended soon is your president, Andrew Bassett. Very late, like a lot of just St Kilda's doing a lot of whinging at the moment. Not happy with anything. So now he's gone out and said he's been on this for ages. It's been his little tangent that he's been chasing since, when was his best and fairest speech where he went off on it?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
No, last year.
Last year, wow. Last year, and now he's out to end the academies for the Northern States, labelling the father-son and academy systems as rubbish, saying it's a bias to the competition. They favour the wealthy Victorian and Northern clubs and
Yes.
desperately need to start over and get a new system. So they put forward these recommendations. So the first one was abolish of Northern Academy zones ahead of the 2025
Get
draft.
rid of them all. Yep, I agree.
Pretty much that's saying I want to burn every academy to the ground.
If you think you're an academy,
Yeah, absolutely not.
you are gone.
I want to burn it so
brother.
nothing can grow there. The inclusion of Queensland, New South Wales, and ACT in the redistribution of NGA zones under the league's current NGA review. Don't know what that means.
Couldn't
but
agree more.
Yep. Clubs can only match one bid in each draft on any academy or father-son pick. And clubs that finish the top four will be blocked from matching a bid on the academy or father-son's pick in the first round of this year's draft. So they want the draft equal again, no freebies, no favors. That seems like a lot, just for because they're very big on this, just one team. Too loud. Way too loud, the Saints.
Make the draft great again. I've always said it.
That's way too loud. Like they think removing the NGA will help them have a chance better to compete. There's been so many drafts where you guys have literally just shot yourself in the foot. Who'd you pass on? Bont?
Track.
Track. So those two players could have changed your whole trajectory. There's been a couple there.
Yeah.
Just if you do that stuff right, you're probably a different team.
Yeah,
and then the Suns and the Giants, they did not take that well at all. As you could imagine, that went down really, really badly. So the Suns posted a photo of Ross the Boss crying.
Yeah, in his Freo days, though, like at least get it right. If you're going to do it.
So they went at Ross, and then the Giants also said, just remember where your captain comes from. Which is fair enough. Fair enough. Why are you guys, you're too loud. Just start your own league at this point.
I like it. I think right now we're not on a great run.
No.
So let's just make some noise. We've got to be relevant. I like it.
Yeah, if we can't win on the field, let's just be as loud as we can
Yep.
off it. Yeah, too loud. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I don't know. I
It's
do
a lot
agree.
to change.
I do agree with them that the draft this year is just completely, it's in all sorts. It makes no sense. With all the NGAs and father-sons, like we said last ep, like a pick 5 normally would be pick 5 in the draft, in the exception of maybe it gets pushed back because of father-son or an NGA. But now this year's draft, it's pick 5 is very much going to be like a mid-first rounder because of all the NGAs and bidding that'll happen, which makes no sense at all. It's not fair.
So realistically, when you look at that list, I think that there's sense there for sure.
And That makes sense. Maybe if we give the Saints just 2 first-round draft picks to shut the fuck up for a bit, it'll be good. Would that do it?
I'm all right with that. We'll keep academies if that's the go. Absolutely.
You're okay with it. Matt Rowell not going anywhere. Allegedly. Set to sign a 2-year deal with the Suns. Everyone sign these 2-year deals to get themselves to free agency, and then free agency hits, and that's when it's major bag alert. That's when you get the biggest paycheck of your life. So, very smart by him. Last week, it was reported he was going to Collingwood, so he was a Collingwood player for a week then.
Yep.
But that's bad news for the Pies. Now he's going to go there. Good news for the MCG and the Loud House staff means every blade of grass in the Loud House is very safe.
For the moment.
For the moment, until he gets back there and starts eating all the grass again. So good news for the Suns.
Yeah.
Great news. Good to keep one. Obviously believes in what Dimmer's putting down, what the group is doing. He did buy a house in Kew. So a lot of people thought, oh, this guy is moving. Nah, much like Chad Warner. Loves being...
Just real estate.
Just loves being a landlord.
Nothing wrong with it.
Sending out real estate, rental inspections.
Yep.
Holding inspections.
Yes, all
making
of that.
sure no one can get in there. That's good. So well done, Matty Rowell, staying up there. Let's see if he can potentially stay for longer. Who was asked about it? Bevo was asked.
Yes.
Have you heard about
Yeah.
this? And he said, yeah, it's disappointing because he signed yet. But no, we did meet with him early in the year. We had a lot of common interests. Could have been grass,
Yes.
potentially. So they made a play for him as well. So it's not signed yet.
No.
Zeta didn't report on it. Last one that Zeta
yeah.
reported on, he had to take back because the bond said to him, hey, that's actually not true. Please retract it. But no retraction here. I've got a video here. I'm not sure if there's anything that we need to play.
Matt Rowell during the week, and maybe not the news you were hoping to hear, but how do you sort of reflect on that meeting with him and trying to sort of, it feels like a fairly open meeting with a player in the middle of the season. Do you think things have moved a little bit on that front?
I don't know much about this, Ed. Where are you getting all this information from? What's happened?
A couple of places have reported today after Rowell signed a lease without on the verge.
So nervous, the reporter.
So they reported gave you a phone call.
Yeah, well, they dropped the game today and they're out of the 8, so is it time to change his mind? Or
Good icebreaker.
no, look, I think I haven't met with Matthew
Lying.
this in season.
Okay.
Matt and I did meet
In person.
a while ago and loved the connection and really enjoyed it. We struck up we've got some common interests.
Sound like they're rooted.
And ultimately, he's an extremely influential player for the Gold Coast Suns. It's the reason why we're talking to him. Because there was uncertainty and he was thinking that he might come back to Victoria. And as most of the coaches have said along the way, why wouldn't you? You're letting your club down if you don't. But, respect his decision, absolutely. I haven't spoken to him, but I will at some point.
I'll call him tonight to let him know he's making the worst choice of his life. Okay. So yeah, just let him know. I think it's just so now more common that everyone who's a free agent is getting spoken to by the clubs.
Exactly
I
right.
like the NRL approach. Just say leaving.
Yeah.
Bring that in. If you're going to leave, just be like, you know what, I'm out of the season.
Could you imagine if Ross Lyon said any of that?
That would go down horribly.
Also,
Horribly.
I've just noticed I've got a rash on my neck,
Okay.
so I'm just going to put that fake beard.
You got a hickey.
Well, it
Ladies and
looks...
gentlemen, Ollie has a hickey.
I don't. It's
Well done. Congrats. The St Kilda game must have really been exciting.
It was a good night.
Ollie's coming here. I've just seen it now. It's definitely a red rash on his right neck. Very much a hickey. So St Kilda losing was a very exciting time for him. Obviously got busy after the game, which is great for him. So shout out. If you got a hickey as well, well done getting hickeys.
Thanks, man.
Haven't seen a hickey in a long time. Doing a hickey is a really big move.
It used to be very embarrassing, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like as a kid, you're like, oh,
gotta hide. I mean, yeah. I used to, that's so weird. I'm not saying that.
Say it.
No.
Obviously say it.
No. Just like practice giving myself hickeys on my arm just to see what it'll do. The blood
On your
and
arm.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do that or not?
Should we do it?
No. Oh, God. What is this program turned into? We're giving each other hickeys.
Well, we're not giving each other hickeys.
We can.
We can. Wouldn't that be fun if we just did that?
Do you see the seagull that got hit in the local footy game?
Oh,
what a way to go out
Yeah.
as a seagull. Just flying the sky. You're flying above some local ground thinking, okay, these guys can't even hit a target. There's no way they're going to hit a seagull. All of a sudden, this guy's having a set shot. Seagull flies across him. Ball probably at its peak of height.
Yes.
And the seagull gets absolutely flattened. So what's the official ruling on the seagull being hit? Because we know, is that play on?
The problem with this is I don't believe there is a rule.
There's some grey area.
Like, surely it's not like, Section 2(1),
The league, yeah.
if a seagull was involved. Like, we got to figure it out, because if it happens,
The league's going to need a rule for seagulls because there's lots at the loud house at the MCG. So what happens if a ball hits a seagull, deflects back into the goal? Is that a goal? Are we thinking? Is it a point?
I think it's pretty stiff if you don't have another go at it.
You think it should be called back?
I think it should.
I want to see a seagull not die, but be deflect. Well, no, I want to see a magpie die. I hate magpies, but seagull be hit at the MCG, deflected into the goal, and see what they do. Because you'd be ropeable.
Oh, imagine that.
And if the Pies do make the grand final, I'm making 500 fake drone seagulls to fly around just at their end of the goals.
Yeah.
Every time they're kicking for goal.
Do you know what happened in that video? Did it show?
The seagull died,
Ye-
for sure. The fullback picked it up and threw it over the fence or laid it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So,
and as far as the game, did he have another shot? Or
no, I think they just played on.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
they played on. So bad way to go. I remember Scott bounced the ball in the seagull.
Oh yeah.
That seagull survived, I'm pretty sure, but sometimes seagulls will not. They will not survive that.
No.
That's a big kick. If Mongrel Boots were a footy player, they'd be your big no-nonsense ruckman who never misses a contest, built for contact, goes all day, and somehow still plays in round 24 with 2 busted knees and or Achilles, which I can relate to. These boots are built for endurance with tech that helps you go longer without feeling you've walked 40k through sand. You got the Air Zone comfort system, cushioning every step, roller sole tech to keep your gait smooth, and tough sided sole that grips better than a tagger. The Zip Sider also makes it super easy to get them on and off. None of that wrestling match that I have been through when I was a tradie there for a little bit during COVID, trying to get your boots off at the end of the day. And the new Canine range, that's for when you don't need safety toes but still want to look tough at the pub. Bottom line, if your feet are doing the hard work, they deserve boots that make it easier. Find your perfect pair at mongrelboots.com.au. Proudly Aussie made, and yeah, life's just easier in mongrels. All right, let's get into the games here. Let's unpack this. Friday night, Geelong 51, Brisbane 92. Dangers 350th. Absolute white disaster. White out night did not work at all. Big night, emotions everywhere. Geelong obviously gave away the free white t-shirts so they could create the ultimate white out, and then Brisbane just showed up and crushed them. Turns out Brisbane like playing in front of white t-shirts. It's like their thing, which we didn't know until you had to have this scenario to put them in front of the white t-shirts. But there was a white out in Brisbane Lions fans' pants. A big white out going on there. They had a huge white out, the Brisbane supporters. So instead of this t-shirt that we all thought would create the cauldron atmosphere and it being like an us against them attitude, the shirts ended up being like a let's wave them around as a white flag.
Yeah.
Like we surrender. Did not work at all. And now they're cursed. Those, as a Geelong supporter, you probably never wear that shirt again. That's a cursed t-shirt. I actually did see some going around on Facebook Marketplace being sold, trying to sell the curse for $50. You don't sell a curse for $50. You cannot do that. Not worth anything. No one's buying the cursed white t-shirts. So lots of mixed feedback on the whiteout night when it happened. Now, it wasn't like Penn State, like we thought. There was no dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
They not? I thought they did play it.
Long. No, I think they just played the song.
Ah.
I'm pretty sure. No, it wasn't as rowdy as that.
Yeah.
But I like them trying something new.
Well, as we look, our worst fears have come true. They've ruined it for everyone. Because
Now no one's doing that again.
you'd have to be bloody sure that you're going to win.
Going to win, yeah. Well, I think this is bad. They've ruined it for everyone. So no one can do it as well. They made it look dumb, the Lions. They ruined it for everyone. Even though I liked it, I think anytime you spend 100k on shirts, you call it white night, and then it's your club's legends 350th, and then you lose, then the white t-shirts, they kind of look fucked up. It kind of looks really, it's a bad PR move. Chris Scott even said it was an absolute disaster, start to finish.
It's too loud for him.
He would have had a nightmare in there. He would have had earplugs in,
Yep.
just having the worst time of his life. This whiteout night would be nothing that he wanted a part of as well. And Danger, absolutely filthy with his teammates. Like, you're 350th.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's a good bloke, but that gives me vibes that maybe he's not a good bloke if his teammates can't turn it on for him. Like, that's bad. That's bad for
He had
Gats.
a shocker too. Really.
He had a shocker. Catman also had a shocker. Should we check up on him?
No,
I haven't seen
what's
him.
happened?
I don't know. I haven't seen the fallout for him, so let's see.
Most of the time, and they got beaten.
Okay.
So we didn't actually lose. I know it doesn't make sense, but it does to me. Because lose is a really bad word, and
You losers.
Geelong aren't a bad word. Geelong are normally brilliant, and we've lost 1-5 on the trot. 1-5 on the trot makes us winners.
No.
So tonight, the winners were beaten.
I know. Even he, towards the end, didn't really believe what he was saying. You're definitely losers. You lost. You lost in a game that we all thought you were going to win. It was hyped up for you to win. Brisbane were just the Brisbane behinds coming into your cauldron. You created a fucking cauldron.
Yes.
We all got behind you. This is going to be awesome. And then you didn't turn up. Brisbane kicked like 5 in a row, punched him in the mouth from the start. There was like a lot of Brisbane fans were saying, get the hotline going because we're back up.
Oh,
Best 2 words in football you can say, we're back. They were saying that in Brisbane. So I owe the Brisbane Lions a massive apology to the players, to the staff as well who've gotten into me. To
The staff.
yeah, I've had a lot of staff from Brisbane tell me that I'm a moron, that I should never have doubted them. To everyone who was involved with the Brisbane Lions, even Fitzroy, let's wind it right back. I am so sorry. I've paid you little to no respect all season, and you're now 10-4, you're second on the ladder, and every time that I say negative things about you, you find a way to prove me wrong. So I'm an idiot, and you guys are a genuine threat to this whole league once again, and I'm sorry for disrespecting you. That was wrong of me. So you flipped the script as well in your whole hoodoo. When you have a lot of hoodoos, there's one thing you got to do. You bring a 6-year-old in who's from Tasmania, and you say, do you like breaking hoodoos? And he says, you bet your ass I do. Broken all these hoodoos. This man spent the last 7 years just going hoodoo after hoodoo, let's break them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not into Harry Potter, but I'm sure there's a spell for that.
For hoodoos.
Is there? Well,
I'll
he's
think
doing that.
of one, I'm sure
He's doing that. So these are the hoodoos that he's broken. 15 games against Richmond. So he walked in, beat Dusty and Co. in the 2020 qualifying final, and suddenly the Loud House isn't haunted anymore. 11-game hoodoo, again, just at the Loud House.
Yes, in general, yep.
Yeah, so that 2022 semi-final versus Melbourne. Big balls, he walks in there, silences the MCG. 11 games against Sydney, broke that hoodoo in 2019. 8 games against West Coast, 8 games against Geelong, 7 games against Adelaide, and then 22 years against Geelong down in that shithouse town, GMHBA Stadium. That hoodoo ended on Friday. So Chris Fagan just saying, hey, cats aren't scary when you got a dog inside you. Big ball energy to go through there, and they deserve all the respect of the media and especially us for writing them off. So I am very, 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 very sorry to all the Brisbane community. Do you want to apologise, or were you off them or not?
No, I've always been right on them. And also, people will be so angry at me because I did forget Felix Felicis would be the...
Who's that?
It's right back, I think. No, it's, that's the spell. Or it's a liquid luck.
Okay.
To break hoodoos.
Okay, I thought you meant that song like, oh, I think I'm a cheerleader. Yeah, that name's Felix as well.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What was it, Felix?
Felicis.
I hate that so much. But Brisbane, they are back. Best 2 words in football, as I said. They have a new weapon up forward as well.
Yeah.
Logan Morris.
Oh, yeah.
Man, 5 goals again. He's like...
That's back-to-back, isn't it?
Back-to-back,
Yeah.
first player to go back, or youngest player to go back-to-back 5-goal hauls since 97, which is Matty Lloyd.
Yeah, wow.
So he's already a star. Like, vice-like grip, huge leg, big football brain. Everyone's losing their mind over Nate Caddy. Nate Caddy's going to be a star. Logan Morris is every bit as good, if not better, than Nate Caddy. And we're not talking about him because he's in Brisbane, because he lives in Queensland. Like, he is so good. They don't need Joe anymore. They got Logan Morris dominating. Don't know what Eric Hipwood's doing. I haven't seen Eric in a long time.
No.
Eric might not get his big Eric game soon. Or if he's going to do it, it'll be in the VFL. Because I haven't seen Eric do a lot lately.
It's scary, though, because I feel like the quieter he is,
The bigger that
louder-
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every game that he doesn't go near the ball, just
Whoa.
add 2 more goals on that big legacy game he's about to have. But they were so good. Their midfield runs crazy deep. It's just, they'll keep him in every game. You sit there and you go, okay, I can see obviously why you're going to be in most games, where you'll be a threat in the finals. And I get that we should have given them a lot more respect. I totally get that. And I accept that and put my hand up. And for Geelong, man, that was pretty bad.
Wasn't great, was it?
It wasn't great. Not white out night. Maybe it's just like a Mulligan game from him, where we'd say that's a one-off, Cats.
Well, I don't mind. That's kind of what Chris Scott said after the game, and I don't mind that attitude. Like, in Catman style, they are winners. They lost that night. They push on.
So we give him Mulligan for that.
I think so.
Someone was saying that, you know how Adam Sard has the wolf?
Yes.
That Geelong should have a meow every time Bailey Smith kicks the ball. Could you imagine a meow? Meow.
That would be so funny.
Who would be the meow, though? Who's like a good kick? Because it needs to be a good kick. You can't just have anyone as a meow.
I reckon Grind Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Every time he hooks around,
I would love that.
GMHBA all going, meow.
I would love everyone to start meowing when Grind starts kicking the ball.
Let's make it happen.
Bring that back. Bring that back in. So Brisbane all the way back up. All right.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Carlton 73, North 84. Everyone who is a hater and kept telling me that this is a danger game, that we'd lose this game, and I was like, "You're no way, you got no idea what you're talking about. This would be the absolute walk in the park. You're all idiots." Shout out to all of them. They were right. This was a danger game. This was the best call they've ever had, and I'm a loser. This was loser football. Michael Voss should be ashamed of himself. That game was as ugly can be. I'm just sick of the whole season. I'm sick of games that we lose when we should win, and I'm a loser. I'm a massive loser. And I've had to sit in this all weekend feeling really bad about myself and my football team. And it was bad from like the start, like maybe 2 hours before the game. When Charlie rode into the ground on his bike wearing slippers off the back of a calf injury, deciding, you know how I'm going to get to the ground? I'm going to ride my bike and I'm going to wear slippers. That's when I thought, we're cooked. And Carlton fans roasted the living shit out of him. Because anytime you ride to a game with slippers on, you've got to have more than 9 touches and 0 goals, I would assume. So when that happened, I wanted a tram to hit me. That's how bad I felt then. And then also after the game, it meant he didn't have anything on his back. It meant he had to ride back in his full Carlton playing kit with slippers on. Had nothing with him. Just slippers on and his bike. So that was the first thing. And then after that, as we all know, he got Toby pinked. Toby Pink was so good on him.
He got pinked.
He got pinked.
Yeah.
Pinked big time. And after the game, when I posted my depression video on Instagram, I had no words. Because I'm very conscious now that when they lose, it's emotional. And it's very hard to bring your words back after a loss. Like when you're angry anytime, when you say something, it's very hard to bring those words back if you don't really mean it. So I was like, you know what? No words video. I'm going to go outside and have a cigarette. Don't smoke. Found one. Took up smoking that night.
Found one.
Took up smoking big time that night. Had a beer and just vented outside. Needed half an hour, just time on myself to just decompose and unpack what just happened. And I now have some words which I really feel like I can say because after the game, my blood was boiling. After sleeping on it for a couple of nights, I feel fine with saying that Michael Voss should pack his shit up in a nice cardboard box and skip town and piss off. That guy, I've been saying it since opening round when I saw it. When I saw a coach who literally watched a 41-point lead slip away at the Loud House in round 1, that was the moment I knew, this guy's a dummy. This guy doesn't do anything. I've been screaming to be a fuck it coach. This was a perfect game to be a fuck it coach. When you don't kick a goal in the second quarter and then you let another couple through to start this third quarter by giving away a free kick, and then you still do nothing. You still sit there spraying the players. He should have gone down to the stadium toilets, looked himself in the mirror and sprayed the shit out of himself. Like, do something. Anything. Like, we have so much talent. So much talent. No adjustments. There's no, pressure or tech. Hey, how about the guy, LDU, who's bursting out of stoppages? How about you decide maybe we should stop him? Maybe stop the one guy who is tearing through our whole midfield. 0 heart we've got. 0 skills. We got bullied by North. And North, respectfully, you guys suck. And on the day on Saturday, you were very good, so I'll give you that. But normally, you snuck. Zerha has a snap. Gets spoiled by Wiedering. Sard's looking at the ball while Larky beats 3 kicks a goal. I am fucking that over this team. I'm over this bullshit. Cool. And then, of course, they were going to have 10 scoring shots in the last quarter and North don't score, so the scoreboard looks better. We're arse. We are so arse, and I'm so over it. It's just, put everyone on the trade table. I would like everyone on the trade table. Put them all. Just clean it all out. Maybe keep 1 or 2. Even Charlie's riding bike with slippers on the trade table. Put everyone up there. Something has to change. This call from... When I saw also people leaving... I'm still going. When I saw people leaving the game at 3/4 time lining up for the train, that's when you know it's bad. There's a photo going around of a station that's packed full of calm people waiting to go home. So I'm not opposed to signing Ange Postecoglou in like a Ted Lasso approach, because winning is just winning across any kind of code or sporting event. If you know how to win, you know how to win. Michael Voss, no idea how to win. And people out there will go, oh, but it's the players group, they're not buying the game plan. Yeah, they're not buying the game plan because the game plan stinks. And whose fault's that? That's the coach. Now I'm saying this. I know that I'll never be welcomed down in the change rooms ever again. So if Doc goes another season or retires or whenever he retires, best friend, I know very much that I'm not allowed down there anymore after saying this stuff. Get his ass out of town. He's an absolute dummy of a coach. So, and then also I blame a lot of people. Sam McClure for saying that we were supposed to win the flag at the start of the year. I blame him. I blame myself for believing in it, and I'm over it. I'm over it all. So I don't know where we go from here. This is this is bottom of the bottom. It was bad. And North were good. North were very good. So second quarter, as we said, when they put 5 on us in the second, then another 2 in the third, that's when it was like, yeah, maybe 7 or 8 unanswered. That was the game there. And they were so quick. They're just lightning through the middle, on the wings. It was just, we are so slow and just shit. Like, oh my God. Fuck me dead. I honestly, I picked this team too. That's the most fucked up thing about it. I went for the Crows growing up. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go for this team. Oh. You know, like, everyone in life is going through stuff for sure. Everyone has their ups, everyone has their downs, but if you do know someone who's going through it right now, just check in on them, because 90% likelihood that they're a Carlton supporter. So please, I'm begging everyone out there to just give your Carlton friend a call or a message or a comment and just say, hey, thinking of you, hope you're okay, because they are going through something right now that you could not even imagine. And some suffer in silence. Not me. I suffer very vocally, but some people out there will unpack this and bottle it and put it down in a dark place. And they're the people that you out there need to check on. So please check in on your Carlton friends, because they are going through something which you could never imagine, and you got to be there for them. And fuck this team. Well done to North. Deserved it. Anything you want to say?
What was more of an overreaction, that or the little kid crying in the third quarter?
You know what? I felt bad he was plastered on TV, but I got it. I got that. It's just like nothing's ever fucking easy. Like nothing's ever easy for this team. Everything is just so bad all the time. It's just like, I'm not going any more games. I'm not going to another Carlton game until they win 3 in a row. Forget your blockbuster game against round 17 against Collingwood. I'm not going to it. I'm out. I'm done with this team. So I've had enough, and they need to do something. Graham Wright. Michael Voss was Graham Wright's 4th choice when he was at Collingwood. 4th choice. Even Graham Wright, the CEO who's going into the Carlton, knows that this guy's ass. Like, he cannot coach. So there we are. LDU was good. He was really good. He was really good. Also, let's talk about Snapper. Snapper called in. I don't know who Snapper is. I'd love to get him as like a guest on the podcast one day. But he called in and left this absolute scathing review of Carlton. I think he nailed it. So here it is.
Good afternoon, guys. Lee, you spoke like a true Voss supporter. Yeah, you can easily blame the coach. Who else are we going to blame, Lee? That game style today was disgusting. Chipping it around like we're 10 goals up, and it's about time members have woken up. I called this in 2023, and Lloydie, you said the mental should have run the asylum, and Andy Mark called me an imbecile. I bloody knew what I was talking about Vossi and his football club, and it's taken members 3 years to wake up and realise and smell the roses. We are a joke. I rarely leave the game early. In fact, never. We walked out at 3/4 time, and that says it all. Piss off, boss. Get out now.
I mean, he's got a point. Well, there's just no game plan. Surely, like, you don't even go for us. Do you go, what are they fucking doing? Mm-hmm. There's no game plan at all. It's literally like he just, as we've said all year, closes his eyes before he goes to bed the night before a game. He's probably not even religious, but he puts his hands together and goes, dear God, if you're up there, just pray that Cripper has 30, Charlie has 6, Harry just fucking plays because he's always injured, and we just somehow win. That's his game plan. Praying to God. Nothing happens. Ever. It's just, and so slow. So slow. Just time to kind of get your ass out as well. And that's a good get your ass out. Go and save yourself. Go play for probably a more boring team. Actually, take it back. St Kilda are more exciting. We're the most boring team in football. Most boring, overrated, just absolute joke. We're a clown club. We're a meme club. We're a meme club where people get the laughs and their shits and gigs, and I totally get it. But well done to the Roos. They deserve it. It was a danger game from the start. I was very confident going in. I'm such an idiot. I should never have been. And LDU looked like genuinely a younger prime cripper.
Yep.
Tom Powell was very good. He's a serious guy. Luke Parker's like the most iconic shin boner. And he's been there for 15 games. To me, he's shin boner energy.
Yeah.
Just rolls the sleeves up. He was good. Sheasel did whatever he wants. And even when they did their best to lose the game, they still won. So, unreal weekend. And I'm not going to change clubs, but I can't. But I would really, really love to just move clubs, and I need something here to happen because I'm over it.
All right, so what happens with Voss? Are we getting rid of him now or end of the year? What you're starting to make some moves now. What would you do?
I would. Well, who's out there? I want him gone.
Simpson?
Could get Simpson. Could get Horse. I don't know what the answer is, and maybe it's just because we're emotional. We want Voss gone. But I've been on that big on that since the season started. So that emotion hasn't left me. I think you know how people say, "Oh, sleep on it, and you might feel different tomorrow morning." Yeah. I've been sleeping on it for 4 months.
Yeah,
I still feel the exact same.
You're more unreasonable.
Still the exact same. And then the media goes, "Oh no, but he made a prelim, and he was the first quarter against Brisbane. You were 3 quarters away from a grand final when you're 6 goals up." Nothing's happened since then. They've gotten worse. We lost against a team who's rebuilding, who we're laughing at a month ago for being really just down and out and in the dumps, and we lose to them. So that's awesome. I'm a joke. Every Carlton supporter is an absolute joke this week. Can't look anyone in the eyes, and it's embarrassing to go for them. And that's a wrap. So I think he'll get sacked. But I don't know. At the end of the season, they'll definitely have to trade for people.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to trade. So you probably want Tom DeConning to leave. You probably would move off Charlie or Harry. Now, I'm not sure if Charlie would ever leave, but you'd definitely be saying... before when I was like putting him on a trade table, I think generally you would take offers for every player on the list right now. Mm-hmm. Every player on the list. And I have to sit with this for another. When do we play Thursday? Yeah. Great. Oh, I've got an Adelaide live show. We've got Adelaide live show on Friday, which could just be me venting for the hour and a half we're on stage.
All guests, just
get
rid of them.
Get rid of them all. It's just me venting. It'll be a therapy session. Dan does therapy in Adelaide, which we're very excited about to go there, by the way. I'll get more excited, but just for now.
Yeah, at the moment.
Let me unpack this. Port 52, Sydney 71. Back in Adelaide. So Port also back on their sacking shit. Back on their sack Ken shit. This was a real snooze fest of a game. But Errol being back is exciting. Sydney now set up to have a crack, maybe, just maybe. Also, being back in this thing, there's a pulse in the veins there for sure.
Yep.
They also get to say the best 2 words of football. We're back. Dean Cox might be a guy after all. Maybe, because he's been playing with a VFL team for the first 3 months of football, he might be a guy, but even still, they couldn't kick a goal. Kicked 17 points, 16 of those points from the first 3 quarters. Amadi kicked 0 goals, 6. Now, he had 9 shots on goal. He loves playing Adelaide Oval, but he cannot kick. That was 0 goals. He did get a goal, just had to kick a lot of points to get his goal. They were bad in front of goal, but Errol coming back is good vibes to the group. It felt like they had some energy with him in the group. And if they knew how to kick straight, it would have been generally a 10-goal win. Like it was a genuine smacking in Adelaide. Heaney also went off. Heaney was back to his form last year, had 29 and 2. After the game, he asked if he was getting tagged and then said this really interesting thing about not being tagged.
This challenge personal tonight.
I was expecting a pretty hard tag, and he came to me, but then he said he was pretty crook, so it was nice to get a bit of freedom throughout the night, and it's good when the boys will use each other in the midfield and clean and composed with it, and Brody giving us first.
So he said he didn't get tagged because Bergman was sick and said he was sick to him.
Stitch up.
So that's, to me, that's Miles Bergman saying, hey, I might get smashed here, so I'm going to provide myself some insurance. Go up to him and say, hey, just let you know, pretty crook.
I'm not well.
I'm not well. So if you do have a field day on me, a little bit sick. I swear Port Adelaide's always sick.
Well, it's so funny you should say that. I was telling someone this weekend, weird conspiracy theory. I've never seen a player with a cold.
What do you mean, play with a cold?
or be out with the cold?
No.
Do they get?
Oh yeah,
do
you're
footy
sick.
players get colds?
I think so. I think footy players definitely get colds.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
True. I mean, if you saw out cold, that'd be bad. I think it'd say flu.
Yeah.
Flu's
I
a big
seen
one.
Flu,
Seen flu,
yeah.
but I haven't seen like general cold.
Just
Blocked
general
nose.
sinuses.
runny nose. Headache. Yeah. So that was weird. I don't think you ever should walk up to the guy you take and be like, hey, geez, I'm
Not in
crook.
today.
Anyway, I got to be here because I'm getting paid. But Port stink again. They stink again. The scary thing is that Sydney actually could have smashed them by so much more. And we're hearing behind closed doors that like Josh Carr is actually the one pulling the strings now, and Ken's just driving, which is probably worse for Port fans if Josh Carr is the one pulling the strings because you're seeing what's happening. It's just Ken facing up. I'd love to see if the Albion sign has Sack Ken vibes on it.
Well, we'll see this
We'll
week.
see soon. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is we're walking into a generally sack the coach game. Port and Carlton.
True.
They should put that on the line. You know how we do bets here on the program?
Yeah.
Port and Carlton should come together for a bet and say, you know what? Whoever loses has to sack their coach. I would be in for that. I don't think that's a good test of both teams.
Yep.
Especially if both coaches would admit, oh yeah, we're not going the best that we can, but Ken's out at the end of the season. I think it'd be a good game where the loser has to sack their coach. For sure. So I'm pushing for that
That's great.
as a headline act. So they also started running this like 2 pure ruck system with Vicentini and Sweet. That's gross. That was never going to work. I don't know why they're doing that. Like they're both just big as shit. Big son of bitches who can only play in the ruck. And then they had to sub Sweet out at 3/4 time because it just wasn't working. So I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe that is Josh Carr who wants to run a 2 ruck system and you see that. But not kicking a goal in the first quarter, then only kicking 2 in the second, have 2 goals at half time. That's never, ever a good time. I didn't really get a good look at the crowd. I think it was 30,000.
There was a few empty seats. There was, a little bit there.
I wonder if they'll ever, we joke about it, ever bring the tarps back. Because it'd have to be a new tarp given that they didn't use them at Adelaide Oval.
Yes.
They used them at Amy Park. They would design them up.
I think that they'd think about it for sure. But it's
Yeah.
you're right. It's a completely different design, the oval. So
Yeah, you need new tarps
Yeah.
for sure. They need to work it out. I don't know. Like I think the Port fans now after that probably would have given up on this team for sure. There's some issues. Like they've only got one stone cold killer up forward, Georgiades. Then there's like 5 other guys that you occasionally see every 10 minutes in a quarter.
Yeah.
But other than that, they got one guy up there, and they have to play every game on emotion. Like when they're not emotional, they stink.
And that's tiring.
That
You
is
can't
so
keep getting
exhausting.
up for that.
So again, this game could be a loser has to set the coach. That could be a mantra they take into the game.
Yeah.
Or they have to like make up a fake rumor. Like Ken has to make a fake rumor up about what happened, or someone said something. Like that's the only time they get up and about. They never just get up for a game.
No.
They never get up for like hey, it's round 16. It's going to be middle of winter. It's just a game. They'll lose that game. But if it was a Sydney said you're shit and like Adelaide stinks as a town and they hate being there and your churches are the worst churches in the world, then they'd come out and just beat the brakes off them.
Yeah.
But they don't do that. So I'm telling you, I'm big on Sydney being all the way back up. I know you're not, but I am. I've got big vibes on them bringing some troops back, getting back to Sydney. Hinge Stadium is also back soon.
Ooh.
So now they're encouraging the fans, hey, we're back. Let's fuck each other again.
Let's get it on.
Like, so they're back. They want to root each other again, the fans. Like, I think they're building something. I don't know if they can sneak into an 8, but I got them ruining some seasons and pushing for like that 9th, 10th.
Yeah, okay.
Posse. Even though you don't.
Yeah, they were down, mate. Like,
They've done a reversal last season.
yeah.
They could have done a reverse last season where they started good last year, then ended bad. Maybe it's a start bad, end good.
I think to be fair, if they've got the Bulldogs next week.
Where
if they
at?
could, I think that's in
Sydney.
Sydney, I believe. If they can do that,
Then
I'm on board.
Then you're on them.
Yep.
Okay, then you're on. We got to go to the Hinge Stadium game as well.
Oh,
We got to take. I
cannot
reckon we
wait
take
to
Electric up
Ash.
there.
Oh.
We take Ash. Ash would have no idea how to talk to. What was his role play last time? He said like I love Sydney.
Yeah.
He had the worst role play of all time.
His chat's not great.
We'll get him to role play when he's in next. Hopefully
Yeah.
next step when he's in, we'll do another.
Whenever he decides he wants
Whenever
to come
he,
in.
wherever he is, we'll get him to prep again for the big Hinge Stadium game. Here we go. Collingwood 108, St Kilda 74. So Collingwood visit Marvel Stadium. A home game that's just not the G. Very weird for them. They get a win. Their banner pre-game told us that they fucking hate being there. A home game at Marvel. We prefer the G. This crowd feels like an intimate dinner party. Spelt it all correctly as well, which is, I know it's big. They would have done some spell check on that. Would have got some professors in to make sure that they spelled everything right. Apparently also, like this game being at Marvel, we're hearing that a lot of Pies fans got sick having to catch the 2 trains.
Oh, dear.
So a lot of them are feeling a bit nauseous, travel sickness of the train. So that would have been tough for them. But St Kilda fought very hard. They play hard. They tagged harder. That's the biggest talking point out of this game. Marcus Windhager pinching, kneeing, clawing Nicky Dacos. Dacos still had 30 in a goal. So I think anytime you tag someone, they have 30 in a goal, and you lose the game, the tag didn't work. But people are saying that the pinching and the kneeing was too much, way too much. So, like every team's tactic now, it feels like is to beat the shit out of Nick Dacos. That's what I think. So you were there. You were there. Got a lot of feedback about you being there. The first feedback we got was from a Cooper who was doing the gates at Marvel, who said, was doing the gates at Marvel today. Ollie comes in, couple of drinks down, doing the Mason Wood chant and had the Viking hat on. Then he calmed down when he had to talk to me. If that's not passion, I don't know what is. So how did you roll in?
I do have, genuine Anzac Day Sharons that have been made into essentially like Doc Martin style.
A lot of
shoes.
feedback on those.
Not the comfiest things in the world.
You were wearing 2 footies in your feet.
I was wearing footies on my feet.
Okay.
I had a wine tasting in the day.
Yep. That'll do it.
I had a couple of drinks in a plastic bottle on the train.
Jeez, that sounds dangerous.
I rolled in with some heat.
You did.
With some genuine heat.
That's good because you're not working this, so you can
No,
go for it
I
as
was
well.
really making the most of it.
Yeah.
Really making the most of it.
Good.
Look, it was all just a bit skew-if. It was weird. It was weird that it was Collingwood's home game. Even they couldn't work it out. You know that they had the away change rooms?
Did they choose that?
Yeah, well, I think so.
That's weird. Yeah, I think very much like they don't want to be there. So they're happy to be in any change room. We just hate being here so much. They wouldn't even know what the home change rooms is.
No. Did try and did sort of promise maybe 1 too many free tickets. So I had to buy them in the end on one of the resale sites. Just got GAs, needed a seat, literally sitting in the last row.
Yeah.
And it was very funny. I was
Great.
like, oh, Ollie, hey.
Yeah.
Yep, hello.
Yep, that's me. That's me.
Right
Hello.
up the back. And then I found our guys, all the Vikings.
The Viking boys.
Alex's mates.
From Warrigal.
Yep, and I just stood there with them.
Yeah, you joined them.
And it was-
Same helmet as well.
Yep.
Great.
Mate, it went off.
So everyone jumped on Amazon, got the same helmet,
Yes.
which is good to know. So he was good, our guy.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything that wrong.
He's gonna be a stud.
Yeah.
That's a good. When you in your debut, you don't do much wrong. It's a good debut.
It really is.
It
No
really
one's
is.
expecting you to change the game.
Yeah, if you don't stuff up in your debut, it's good.
Yeah.
So how did you see the game? Just you guys hung in there. It was good effort. Like you're very, very happy.
There was a moment there where it was on
And
for Lung and Old. Honestly,
on,
I was
yeah.
very, very excited, and it felt very much true to form that this is I must admit I can't remember a lot of the game.
Yeah.
That's
There was a bit going
I
on.
was enjoying myself, but I'm very proud of them. I just didn't want to go there and it be like the
shit
Dogs
fest.
Richmond game, for
Yeah.
example. Like I was proud of them. It was a weird vibe after in the rooms. No one really knew how to feel, but I think in the end of it, I think we can be hold our heads up high.
True. So did you have your Viking helmet on in the rooms as
Yeah,
well? Great.
and plats.
So you've had the time of your life.
Everyone walked in and they saw me and they went,
Do you go to Platform 29, whatever it's called?
no, Moondog.
Moondog World.
Went to the Doglands.
Great venue.
Great venue.
Great venue. One of the all-time venues.
One of the all-time. So make sure you get yourself there. It is very good. But yeah, I do have a little bit of anxiety about my behaviour in the rooms.
What'd you
I was
do?
out of control.
Well, yeah.
I was wiping crumbs off Mason Wood's face.
That'll do it.
Saw Jack Steele. He said, "Sorry, I won't give you a hug. I'm sweaty." And I said, "I don't mind." And we come
Gave
on
him a
here,
hickey?
and then I pretended to smell him.
Oh, so you've done some stuff. You've got anxiety then for next game.
Yeah, I hugged our boy Alex before his family.
Yeah.
Like it was just
You
a
made
bit
it about
sort of
you.
Like, oof.
Apparently you're yelling out, oh, I forgot there's a Smith Street tax as well when Collingwood got a free.
Yeah, there was a bit of that. There was, piss off back to Port Melbourne, Brody Myercheck. Don't know why I've got it in for him, but I did. Was claiming, don't worry, the skunk will miss. He'll
Yep.
fucking miss. I was ropeable.
You're ropeable.
Like, I was really getting into him.
So a few apologies, you reckon, next time or not?
Nah.
No, you're good. Stand by it.
I just enjoyed it. Made the most of it.
Okay, and this Windhager free fine, sorry, $1,500. So he got fined. If you haven't seen it, he got fined for. I get the pinching and the kneeing. Like I don't like that shit. I think that's like tag for sure. Hold a wrist, do some good like tactically stuff, a hip sway here and there. But when he gets to pinching and kneeing, I'm out on that stuff.
Okay.
The fine he got though, that's even worse than being a pincher and a kneer. The fine he got is a genuine joke. That's embarrassing. Dacos did it to him 10 seconds before, the same thing, and Windhager literally I'd press buttons harder than the way he got touched. Just a palm to the chest, a technique that mids do, happens probably 100 times a game.
Yeah.
Probably over 1,000 times a week in a round of football. He gets fined $1,500 for doing that. That's a genuine joke. Absolute joke from the league. They should be embarrassed themselves right there for fining $1,500 for touching a chest. And I feel even worse for Nick Dacos. I love Nick Dacos. I'm a massive Nick guy. I hate Collingwood. I had a huge hate watch here because I despise everything they are, but I like Nick. And I feel bad for him now because this is a league telling everybody that you can't touch him. And that's the worst. He's very much a golden boy. Ross, the boss, after the game was like, oh, I'm going to send some visioning about some stuff that happened that Freeze were paid against. Are there two sets of rules for us and Nick Dacos? So now Nick Dacos, and this isn't on him.
No.
Again, I like Nick Dacos. But are we now saying that Nick Dacos has a different set of rules to everyone else with this fine? We are.
I think we are.
We are. And that's not fair to Nick. I like Nick. That's not fair to him. He doesn't deserve that. But if it was the other way around, if Nick had done it to Marcus Windhager, is Nick getting fined?
No.
We got two sets of rules then.
No, he's not.
Two sets of rules. And that's shit for Nick because he didn't ask for that. And he did well to break the tag. 30 and a goal. That goal was bullshit. That goal was some Nick Dacos bullshit. Yeah. Windhager was in his sphincter.
Yeah.
And he kicked the goal. Windhager literally had his fist so far up his rectum and he still kicked it.
Using him like a puppet he was,
It was
wasn't he?
wild.
Yeah.
Anytime you have 30 and get tagged and then kick like the game sealer, he's so good, man.
It's pretty good.
He's really, really good. He's really, really good. And I feel bad for Josh because Josh is also really good, but we never talk about Josh really. But he's also a stud. The whole Dacos family, just great genes. Well done to Pete of having amazing
golden
balls.
balls.
Golden balls for sure. He should be pumping out some more at a sperm bank and just loading up the club. Yeah. They are a great football family. When you sit down at dinner table and Peter's the worst footballer, that's a good family to be around. He was really, really good. I think Darcy Cameron was good. The
Yes,
ruck battle
he
was really good.
Yep.
Darcy Cameron was good. Skunk, revenge game. I think a lot of Saints fans came out saying they are happy to see Skunk smile.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
I think there was a lot of like, oh, revenge game, but not really a revenge game because we like him. Mm-hmm. And then, like, we're just staring down the barrel of a 17th flag for the Pies.
We know
aren't
what's happening, don't we?
Do we just call it? Is there an option just to call the league down, be like, you know, they're going to win and let's just move on and we all start preparing for next season, do a preseason?
You'd have to think about it.
It's not good. It's not good. Like, they're just so good. They have different levels. They have different gears and they go to. Everyone's on the same page and it's going to be, like, you're going to have to be a really, really good team in September to beat Collingwood, especially when they get the 2 games at the Loud House and the grand final at the Loud House. So, I respect it, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Massively. Also, they kicked 16-12, 108 PTSD scoreboard.
Oh.
Grand final rematch win when they beat the Saints. Exactly what they scored.
That's interesting.
Bad night. So, well done. Well done to a guy as well, Alex Taru.
Yeah, killed it.
Well done. Killed it. So,
Didn't
sorry.
stuff up. Well done.
Sorry we might have overshadowed as our event as well all week. That's okay. It was very much for us. Then we got a Sunday. Yesterday, the Expansion Cup. Giants win the Expansion Cup 106, Suns 99. Now, took a long time for my little pea brain to calibrate that the West Coast Eagles weren't playing. That clash kit should never be worn again. I didn't like that at all. I sat down and thought, oh, West Coast are going well here. Realised it's not West Coast at all. It's actually the Suns. So they came out and it looked like they were going to beat the shit out of the Giants there early. Kicked so many goals in the first quarter. Then things generally turned when Jed Walter had potentially the worst set shot I've ever seen in my life. Did you see it? The walk in, like 4 steps walk in, 12 metres out, and spray it to the right. That's when I thought, okay, it's going to go downhill. And Dimmer would have sprayed him behind closed doors after the game. Or in his review coming up, Jed Walter might get traded to the Shanghai Dockers. Like, that's how much Dimmer will hate that. He'll hate that so much. Then I think Ben Long, in that first quarter, they should have won. Ben Long had a shot as well, which he missed. Was easy. So they generally could have kicked 10 goals in the first quarter and it would have been sealed. And this is classic Gold Coast Suns just forgazzing everyone again.
Mm-hmm.
Second half, we know that they don't do well at all in the second half of seasons. Been doing it 15 years now. Nothing has really changed. And I know that they have a game in hand and everyone's saying they'll still make finals, but I'm convinced they're going to slip out. Like, they should have buried this game early. They really should have. Mac Andrew also gave away 50 in the first quarter. Someone yelled out, play on, fell for it. Don't know who. Now, we thought it was an umpire, but I think like an opposition player just yelled out, play on.
I love that.
And then he was like, oh, yeah, I'll play on then for sure.
Yeah.
So he played on, gave away 50. Ben King also should have. Sam Taylor was out. Ben King should have had a field day.
Yeah.
Didn't get to like fill up his Coleman Cup or his Gold King Cup. And then he did a massive hit on Lockie Whitfield. If he gets suspended for that, game's gone. He better not. So I'm now completely over my ex. I am. Sometimes like you got to realize when you're seeing someone that there's always going to be a person in your life where you go, oh, great sex, but I'll never marry you. That's very much the Gold Coast Suns to me. It was fun. It was awesome. It was a good fling, but like, no way. I can't do that with you. And
There's nothing deeper there.
That's saying a lot given I'm coming from Carlton as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing deeper than them. I think they're going to slip out, which I don't want to see because I want them to succeed, but bad vibes about them. And the Giants, they always just find themselves in the worst spot and then somehow find a way to win. Like all the time, they find this bullshit way to get themselves out of trouble. So they're 22 points down here at three-quarter time. And then we're like, you know what? Let's actually do it the hardest way we can. And it's impressive, but it's also, if you're an opposition team, it's impossible to plan for the Giants when even they don't know what they're doing. And that's dangerous. Very dangerous. Tom Green's a serious footballer. His goal where he sold the double candy, I was like, whoa, last quarter he went off. Finn Callahan also is very close to like breaking that top tier of players in the league.
Yeah, he's not far off, is he?
He is so quick.
Yeah.
And fit and tanned. Great tan on him. And tan, great eyes,
muscles.
good looking guy. He's got such absolute stud in every facet of his life. Stringer package also.
Yep.
Kick 2. Now that's what they got him there. I think a lot of us thought maybe he was there to kick 30 or 40 goals at the start of the season. I think he's very much there just to be like, try and be an X factor, try and win the game for us in a quarter. The 2 last quarter goals that he kicked were just, again, so Jake Stringery. The first one on the boundary line, then another one where he breaks away, kicks like a crossbody from the other pocket into the goals. That's what you get Jake Stringer there for. That's the package that you got. So well done to the Giants. Again, keep proving everyone wrong again. And I think this is a game where the neutrals win. Every fan who doesn't go for those two teams that's a neutral, great expansion cup. I love it. They were really good.
Yeah,
really
especially on, risky time slot.
Should have been in prime
after
time.
the weekend.
It should have been prime time.
Well, yeah.
I hope the next one is in prime time. So they were good. Jake was busy as well on socials. I think he was just going after everyone.
I love that video before the game
What was
about
the one?
the expansion cup. Like Jake Stringer being like, I've played there on the biggest stage on Anzac Day in grand
I
finals.
didn't see that. Did he actually?
Oh, but then he goes, but this is what I play football for. The opportunity to do this. You're growing up as a kid. This is where you want it.
That's
good.
awesome. And then also they did a photo before the game of the expansion cup itself, and it looked massive. And then the cup itself is literally like 20 centimeters
Love
big.
it.
It's so small. So that's great. Well done to them. They are the expansion cup winners again. They held on to it, and man, those 2 teams have gone on. The Suns will be filthy with the Giants. The fact that the little brother, expansion brother, tiny little baby is such a better football team, and been to a grand final,
And it hurt.
and been to finals.
Yep.
Man, big crowd though. What was it, 6,000?
Let's have a look.
It looked bad on TV. It looked small.
There, what? Bit more.
How
There was 10,500.
Oh, that's a bit. Yeah, it must have been on the other side.
Yeah.
They for sure make up numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling that ground is it's more the shadows as well.
Yeah.
Like when the sun is very hard for the eye in the shadows there to see what's going on. So I hate that stadium so much. That's the one thing they can change at the football club. Everything else is going okay. Change the stadium. Then we move into the graveyard. Doggies just beat the shit out of another bad football club. Dogs 135, Tigers 56. Whoa. Doggies always do this. They just beat the shit out of bad teams. So beat the Saints by 71, Power by 90, Dons by 91, Saints again by 72, and then Tigers yesterday by 79. They are flat track bullies. Mm-hmm. I think after the game, Ed Richards was like, we have to break this tag of being flat track bullies. But also, not really. Like, you can bully people.
It's fine.
I wish Carlton would bully people.
Yeah.
Carlton get bullied.
Yeah, great point. I'd love to be referred to as that.
I'd love if I was a dog. I'd actually be very proud that we will beat the shit out of you if you're like a bottom 9 team. We'll beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. Bont is so good. Big reminder this game that he just reminded the league that I'm actually still the best player in the league. 36, 3 goals. Like, he is so good. So he is a god.
And then he can just get off the field. He's not puffing and then gives an unbelievable interview.
Yeah.
Like, he
speaks so well. And good looking, good hair too.
And the
got it
facial
all.
hair.
And he's got the cafe.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a nice house. Like, he didn't want to bar me at Fashions in the Field. The grid, the Grand Prix, what was it called? Some F1 event a couple months ago. I was trying to get around him hard. He didn't want to bar me, and I respect that even more.
Yeah.
But he's got it all going for him. He is so, so good. I don't believe in anything, actually, anymore after Carlton losing. Like, not religious at all. But I believe in Bont. Like, I believe he is a saviour for the Doggies fans and Doggies community. Greatest is 250th coming up this week. 250. Who they got?
Sydney.
Do you know? Oh, Sydney are back then. 250, greatest dog of all times playing his milestone game. That's bad news for Sydney. Don't want to borrow that. He was really, really good. He's had the most wins as a captain, as a Bulldogs captain officially now. And their song, talking about songs at the start of the program, we saw the Freo, bad song. Same thing. They rushed through it.
Oh, dear.
Maybe it's the thing, though, if you win by so much, you just want to get over with. Like, you can't really celebrate it.
Yeah.
So they did not want to sing their song at all. I need teams to respect their song. This is this is my fixation with it. Respect your song after a win. Sing it loud, sing it proud. Not often you get to sing it. I got to sing mine 6 times. So when you get an opportunity, you sing it with your vocals. Sing it with your gut. The bad song also to sing. I don't think it's a great song to sing.
I was just going over it in my head. I think the problem is that any song... So, like, say, for example, if you compare the St Kilda song, it's mostly singing the entire way. There's not a lot of those breaks.
Yeah.
But the fact it goes, Sons of the West.
And white and blue will
Like
come
this-
out fighting.
Bulldogs
through and through. And a bit of key changes as well.
Yep. It's tough to get that momentum. I think that's why they go, Sons of the West. Red, white, and blue.
Will come out fighting. Bulldogs through and through. Yeah, I
know?
think every team in the off-season or pre-season needs a singing coach to come
Yeah.
down and get them nail it. Even the key changes.
Man, they made fun of the Saints when Rui did it.
You're onto something.
But maybe we're onto
No,
something.
getting sued, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I've ranked the worst. I think we should rank the worst club songs to sing.
Like it.
So I'm going to go.
You got to specify. Is it to sing or you just don't like it?
I'm going to worst club songs, everything included.
Okay.
As a player to sing, as a fan to sing,
Yep.
to hear as a neutral in general. So I've gone worst being Freo.
Okay.
Bad song. West Coast, second. Port Adelaide, third. Gold Coast, fourth. Brisbane, fifth. They're my top 5 worst songs
Yep.
in the league right now. Honourable mention to Adelaide Crows. Just missed the top 5 of worst songs.
I think my big thing with them is they need to re-record it. It sounds like it's been recorded on a phone.
Yeah, okay. You want it re-recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah, then the song's a big issue for me at the moment. I'm
Yeah.
on to everyone. Sam Darcy, he is just, again, we say it all the time, just a freak. Another 5 goals. Like, Bolter's struggled all day with him, had no answers. So if you're in Bolter's head, here's what you're thinking. You're going, okay, 3 o'clock game. So now I have to deal with curfew
Yeah.
and Sam Darcy. I'm struggling with both things here to deal with. So I get that he's got a lot of pressure in his mind because he has to be home before the sun goes down. And now you've got to go up against a genuine freak, some guy that was made in a lab. That's a tough afternoon for him. So I really feel bad for him that he had to deal with that. Sam Darcy's so good. So the Dogs have Bont, who could be the best player in the league. Sam Darcy, who's probably going to be the best player in the league. An amazing midfield. A defense that holds up. Like, they could very much do some damage in September.
And a Jamara that's not even playing.
Jamara's not playing. Did an interview during the week. Did it with the rip through it pod maybe, saying that he was in a bad spot. Obviously, we knew that. The media was after him, and now he's back at training. Then Tom Morris reported, yeah, that's great. He's back at training. And so it's okay that he reported or had a go at us in his podcast about the media and all that, but then he was late to training on Saturday. So there's that as well.
We're just getting there step by step.
Step by step. I think what we should do, Jamal, if he thinks about going to training, that's good enough.
That's a win. That's a
Very
gold star.
much. Yeah. I've seen a lot of stories. He's at the gym.
Yeah.
Not the doggies gym.
No.
But he's at Derrimut.
A gym.
I've been at Derrimut. I'm a member there. Scariest place in the world.
Okay.
That's very much like where people go to work out in their basketball singlets, which scares me a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people with small balls because of the steroids, for sure. So that's where he's at. But if he can get right, then they're going to be... I don't think he's going to play, though.
No, probably not.
Nah. No, he's not playing. But he'll definitely stay at the doggies. They won't let him go.
Yeah, okay.
At all. The Tigers bad. They're really, really bad. I think even their cheer squad knows they're bad. They had a banner, and it was just saying working together to build a better Richmond with like a lot of building blocks on it. So that kind of, to me, anytime you do that as a team, that concedes that, yeah, we stink a bit. We stink. But they can't help it. So I'm sick of I'm not even going to abuse them. And again, you're not Carlton.
No.
So that's a massive, massive win. Anyone who had a bad weekend this weekend in football, in life, and you're feeling down now, just think about Carlton.
Yep.
And then you'll feel so much better immediately. I guarantee it. So they'll be stinky again for the rest of the year. They'll build again here with these building blocks and come back and hopefully next season put some stuff together. Adam Muse is so safe. He won't get sacked. He's going nowhere. He's got a genuine 5-year license to try and build this thing. Don't know what they're still building that crazy facility at their stadium, at their home ground.
Bizarrely walked past it today.
Are they building?
There's a lot of scaffolding.
Oh, they're building it.
Yeah.
Because they asked the members to help them build it.
There's scaffolding, brother.
All right. So they're building.
It's the car park, isn't it?
They're building the underground car park.
Yeah.
It's like 5 stories as well. Wow, building on and off field. Well done to them. So they stink, but they're building, which is the main thing. All right, that's our round done. A round fully unpacked. I'm glad it's over. I really, really am dreading Thursday night prime time.
Mm-hmm. Be good being amongst all the Port fans as
Oh,
well.
it'd be great. Yeah, no, they won't be mean at all. So it'd be good being there in the it'd be good being there in the flesh to see the shit show unfold for both teams.
Yep.
Which would be good. So try and enjoy your Monday. Everyone out there who is not a Blues fan, enjoy your Monday. You bloody deserve it. Enjoy your week. If you're a Blues fan, just sit in it for a bit.
Yeah.
Keep sitting in it. Keep making up excuses. Stay loyal. To get definitely worse, for sure. And we go again on Thursday. So thanks for doing footy with us. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you on Wednesday for the round 16 preview.
Well done, mate. That was very brave.
Yeah, I fucking hate myself.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.